coast to coast.
Hey, it is Loveline. The phone number here is 1-800-LOVE-191. I am Dr. Drew. I am here tonight with, can I call you a friend?
You may.
Dave Navarro.
Thank you.
It is a pleasure to see you. I think it's been like a year since we last had you up here.
Been a while. Good to see you, too.
New CD is Trust No One. It comes out Tuesday, June 19th. It's the day after tomorrow, right?
That's right.
June 19th.
Right.
There's some people may be hearing this tomorrow, so it'll be the next day for them.
Okay.
You'll be on Leno on June 19th, Conan June 22nd. You haven't taped those yet.
Yeah, I've taped them.
Oh.
Yeah, so, they'll be airing in a couple of days.
They'll be airing, but
they're great.
They're good. All right.
Yeah,
That's what counts. And then we'll be seeing you in Jane's Addiction again.
That's right.
Awesome.
Unbelievable.
It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, Nothing Shocking came out in 1988. I found that out the other day. It made me feel
that was shocking to you, yeah.
It was. 13 years ago, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Oh, Christ.
Dr. Drew's got a page. He's wanted to know why.
Unacceptable.
Thank you. Oh.
Unacceptable.
If you're wondering where that those delightful tones are, they'll be here in a second. There's a lot of traffic. And I guess he got stuck in some of that traffic coming
Adam's in traffic.
we could easily sit here and abuse him, but the reality is...
No, I just wanted to say hello. I'm sure he's listening, right?
You can say hi to him, but the
Adam,
reality is he is essentially never late. Never early, but never late.
Right. Well, from what I understand, you guys walk in right as the
Not
clock's
you
going to
guys.
hit 10.
He.
Him,
I walk
right.
in at 20 minutes ahead. I prepare myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you imagine we get paid the same to this show? Can you imagine that? Shocking.
I can imagine.
Shocking. All right. Should we go to some calls? Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Not at all. I'd love to go to some calls.
All right. Let's do calls. Here we go. Let's talk to... Hang on. I'm looking around here.
Let's talk to the...
Which one? The nympho?
No. The webbed foot guy.
All right. First, Corey, 22. Corey?
All right.
This one's easy. Corey?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Corey.
I got, the other day I was ejaculated and I had blood in my semen and it tripped me out.
Nice.
Could be a number of things.
Could be a number of things, Dave. Care to...
Well, have you
Yes?
suffered a groin injury recently?
No, never.
Oh, have you had blood in your semen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hold on here.
Hey.
Hold on. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, it was a bicycle injury.
Right.
You fall off,
Yeah.
with the bar on the
Yep.
underneath the seat. Smash the testicles. Pretty
Nice.
good.
Good times. There are a number of things, and interestingly, most of the things that cause blood in the semen are not serious. Okay, but it does need to be kind of looked into because very occasionally it can be. Oh, hey.
Here's Adam.
Oh,
Nice to see you.
crap. Hold on a second, Corey. Hold on. Hang on.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was listening. You did a very yeoman's type job of
Getting this thing
plugging
going.
Dave's stuff,
Yeah,
getting the
thank you.
show started, not making too big a deal out of me being late.
In fact,
Did you hear the
being
hello?
nice to you, in
Did
fact.
you hear the hello from the car?
Dave said hello. I was
excited.
in my car. I thought, how ironic.
Are you high?
No.
You're extra happy tonight.
Well, why shouldn't I be happy? I got the world by the tail. I got a partner who cares enough to sit down and start the show. Dave Navarro's here.
Yeah, it's a good night.
And a guy with blood in his semen.
That's right.
What
Hey,
more do you need?
Corey?
Makes the night complete.
Yeah. This is more common than you would think. Did you say that, Drew?
Yes, and Dave had it. And I've not heard much upset about that. And you would think there are enough people doing that, both men and women, that if it really were a big issue, we'd hear an awful lot about it. It makes sense to me there would be minor kinds of problems. And
It would also depend on the partner.
And
that
if you
he's
kept
with.
doing this until you're 60 or 70, I mean, 7-year-olds already have that problem.
How opened up
That's
is he
what
going to
I'm
get?
saying. Would
You
it
know
make
what I'm
it
saying?
Mason jar.
worse?
Well, wait a second, though. If there's no trauma, there's no trauma, right?
And if it goes in, if it's...
I mean, if he's got, let's say, Tony's boyfriend is slow-moving, well-lubed, and modest in size.
Yes, and caring and
he
careful.
feels no pain. It's not like he's being raped in prison or at a holding tank at some backwater sheriff place where everyone's having a go at him with a mop handle.
It's hard to imagine.
So if there's no trauma, he'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Kegel exercises. I don't know. I'm not. It doesn't seem to be a big issue. Okay.
I would, something I'd be curious to find out. The circumference of the average male's BM is probably about the average width of a penis. I know it's not something we choose to think about, but just think about it for a second.
You got a point.
It's probably right about there.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
None
Okay, Lean,
whatsoever.
I'm glad at 19 you're struggling with these great thoughts.
I guess so.
All right, take care.
Wait, I just wanted to say one more thing.
Yeah?
I just wanted to say that just about the foot fetish thing. I actually like giving men pedicures, but I don't have like a foot fetish. But just so you
just like cleaning men up, basically.
Right. You're
It's a great story, though.
Cuticle pusher. Thank you.
It's Sarah, 28.
Seriously, though, what do you think is wider, the average penis or the average BM from the adult male? I mean, think about it for a second. What if someone put a gun to your head? What would you go with?
The question is, could I produce an average BM, the size of an average penis?
If someone put a gun to your head. No, I'd say penis, but it's marginal. Wouldn't you?
It's hard to say. It's a tough call.
Yeah.
So therefore, I mean, do the math.
It depends on your diet.
How bad could
He's
it be?
going to have no problem.
Right.
Sarah?
Yeah.
28.
Yep.
Yeah. Get us out of this. Go ahead.
I'm going to be moving 4 hours away in about a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that I'm dating now and I get along great, but we both know that long-distance relationships don't work. So...
Well, what are you moving for?
Medical school.
And where are you moving from to?
From southern Minnesota to Duluth, Minnesota. 4 hours.
All right. And does he have a decent set of wheels?
Yeah, but no, long distance. We both have already agreed that we want to break up.
You know, Sarah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, you're not really that. Hold on, though. At 28, she's just not into the guy, or he's not into her.
No, you're
Listen,
totally wrong.
well, hold on. How dare you? How dare you, ma'am? 28 is no spring chicken for a chick, and at a 20...
Question.
Hold on, let him finish.
All right,
Let him finish, Sarah. Let him finish.
The question.
Listen, I'm telling... Forget about... Put her on hold for a second.
what is
Let me
the
finish
question?
my thought.
Well, yeah,
Screw her.
Finish your thought. I want to talk to Sarah some more, but...
She is not that into this guy.
I agree.
Because if she has any kind of, pardon the pun, mobility financially, I mean, has a decent ride,
Can go to medical school for,
go to med school, 28, can get herself a plane ticket every once in a while. She's deeply in love. And women who are 28, if they meet Mr. Right, I mean, they're starting to think about marriage in the next 6 months, are not breaking it off because he's moving 200 miles.
Right.
She's moving 200 miles
Sarah,
away.
Yeah.
He's right about that. But listen, here's my advice, is that every couple that started out medical school with me did not make it.
Yeah, but you haven't listened to my question. My question isn't that.
All right, I'm not. I don't care what it is. I'm just telling you, you're not breaking up with this guy because you're deeply in love and you're moving 4 hours away.
What is your question then?
Okay, well, here's the real question. Okay, we were going to spend the summer together and then break up right before I left, but then a couple of weeks ago we decided that we better break it off now because we're falling harder for each other.
Yeah.
It's just going to be harder at the end of the summer.
Yeah.
But we can't stay away from each other now, so should we keep seeing each other all summer?
No.
Or
No.
Who cares? It's not like your parents are both diplomats and one's going back to India and the other's going to New York. You're 28. How old is he?
35.
Okay, you guys can't pull this one off? You're deeply in love? You're falling deeper in love?
There's also something about Sarah.
We've only been together 4 months, so
Yeah,
it's not
but
like
Sarah, but that's the point. You're gonna double down and think that somehow it's gonna be easier then at the end of summer. And Adam is saying go for it. Try to keep it going. Go for the summer and go beyond. I'm saying no. I'm saying it doesn't work in the relationship.
It seems to me like the drama of the separation is enough of a defocus for you, and so like to almost stay addicted to the relationship, in a sense, by focusing on the fact that it's going to ultimately be an perilous situation for you. That drama is taking you out of whatever fears you're dealing with to begin with, which might happen to be school or moving or all the above.
everything, all of it.
All right.
Yes.
Well, listen, you're both in the same goddamn state of Minnesota. For Christ's sake, he's 35. 35.
Yeah,
she's 28.
Yeah.
They're falling deeper and deeper in love.
And if she's going to medical school, she's going to be set up well enough. The guy should just move with her.
She's got an intimacy issue here. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah,
You got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit.
All right, just be honest with yourself.
But I believe that people used to call it drama. I call it arousal.
Yeah.
To just gratify in the moment and get away from the more difficult feelings. Lila,
Yes.
18.
Yes.
What's up?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to say, Dr. Drew, I got your Shakespearean reference the other night from Romeo and Juliet.
What did I say? I forgot already.
A rose by any other name.
Oh, thank you. Yes, a rose.
But he butchered it. But go ahead.
Yeah, a rose by any other name is still that.
Would smell as sweet.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lila.
Okay. I wanted to know if I have the characteristics of being an nymphomaniac. I sleep with a lot of people. I masturbate a lot. I want to be a stripper. I know this is not normal, so am I a nymphomaniac?
Well, there's no such thing as nymphomaniac. That's not a term that has any meaning anymore. But the question is, are you a sexual compulsive or are you a sexual addict? You want to address that?
Sounds like a good yes to me.
Yeah. Do you have
especially if you're using that to avoid other issues in your life.
Do you have any addictions otherwise?
Not really.
Is there any family history of alcoholism?
Yeah, on my dad's side and my mom's side.
Were you sexually abused when you were growing up?
I'm not really sure. I don't remember a lot of when I was younger.
What about eating disorders or body dysmorphic issues?
I had a problem with that a couple years ago.
It all kind of adds up to addiction plus some childhood trauma, and that sort of is the recipe for sexual addiction. You want to address that at all, or
what the sexual addiction?
Yeah, and what you might do.
I like how finally they turn to me when it comes.
No,
to
you've been speaking the language of this. Now
no, absolutely. I mean, I can totally relate to this whole. I mean, but for me, it's like the compulsivity, like basically is applicable to everything I do. You know what I mean? So ultimately, what's going on in my life is like there's something I'm trying to avoid, and I'm looking into these other areas to help me, deal with whatever it is that's actually going on. Is there anything going on in your life that you're trying to avoid or hide or run from, especially like in your childhood, like Dr. Drew said?
Feelings.
Feelings-wise?
Yeah.
Well, I actually have a problem with my feelings. I can't ever show my real emotions. I mostly sound like really happy to people I know.
Yeah, but you sexualize feelings, though, too. You're able to do that, right?
I guess. I'm not really sure what that means.
Everything comes out through sex.
Oh, yeah, then I guess so.
Everything.
Yeah, well, is that a place you go when you're angry, or a place you go when you're happy, or feeling celebratory, or when you're in fear, or when you're scared? It's sex is the answer to all those things. Is that correct? Isn't that so?
Yes, counselor. But you know what's interesting about people like this is that, and this is where I look to you, is that you know what's going on with her, I know what's going on with her, but how do you get her to get it? To really get it, to be willing to change, to get what she, because in her mind she's like, no, I just do a lot of, I understand, just have a lot of sex.
I mean, yeah, that's the problem. Is, are you finding that your sexual behavior is making your life unlivable right now, unmanageable? Are you uncomfortable with it?
No, I like it. I'm having fun.
Then that's then there's really no answer right now.
Unfortunately, we know where she's headed.
Yeah, I mean, when it's give us a call when your life starts being a problem as a result of it.
And it will. That's the sort of clairvoyance of being around people, of having been with and talked to a lot of people that have what you have, Lila, is that eventually you keep up in the ante, you keep getting more and more thrill into your situations, more and more pain, more and more shame you try to avoid, and it compounds and gets worse and worse and worse.
So are you saying I'm going to end up being a hooker? Or into porn?
No, not necessarily. I'm not saying what direction you're going to go, but you're going to probably strip and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and even if it doesn't end up that way, which I'm not saying that at all, but what I am saying is like it more than likely will end up in a place where you're very uncomfortable with it and unhappy.
Unhappy for you.
Yes. You'll look back on these years and regret many encounters that came along those years, and then you'll have to live with that. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be doing snuff films.
No.
Although it actually does.
Oh, it does? Yeah, Dave's right.
It doesn't mean she's a bad
At least 2 snuff films.
See, people somehow take that and go, oh, you're telling me I'm bad, I'm wrong, there's something wrong with me. No. You have a thing, and you've fulfilled the recipe for what you have, and now you have it.
What's interesting, or what I'm curious about, is like why the call to find out if this label applies to you if you're not, getting into any problems with it right now.
Well, my friends are just like, dude, that's not normal. You should talk to somebody about that.
But doesn't even that kind of turn you on when they tell you that? You kind of dig feeling different that way.
Well, yeah, I guess.
And like to even seek out the label nymphomaniac, there's something to attach yourself to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you know what the future is now, and the question is, you want to live it, or do you just want to see it and avoid it? Why don't you see if you can see it and avoid it?
And if you do, there's SA, or maybe if there's another drug involved here you haven't talked about, you can start. Any kind of 12-step program would be very, very useful for this.
I also worry about her friends who call her dude.
Yeah. They're very serious.
Yeah. They're the ones we need to speak to.
Yes, indeed.
You call women dude now? Is that how that works? You can? You can do that?
Everything's dude.
Dude?
Aloha.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I'm out of the loop. All right, dude.
All right, Lila, take care.
Okay.
Lila, stay on the line. I'm going to get your number.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Oh, I thought you meant to refer her on to somebody.
No, I went to show her his photo booth.
All right. Sarah, 19.
Oh, hi. Yesterday I did shrooms for the first time, and now today my stomach really hurts, and I don't know if it's normal or not. I also smoked a gram of weed yesterday, and I usually don't smoke that often. I mean, I usually smoke like once or twice a month.
And were you laughing? No, I'm serious. Like I've eaten mushrooms like 3 times, and each time I laughed so hard that I woke up with a stitch in my side. The next morning because I overdid it.
What's this?
Sarah?
I think she's still tripping.
That was my mom.
Who was that?
That was my mom.
That was your mom?
Yeah, well,
Put her on the
at
line.
the door, and then like my boyfriend
Your mom is Imogene Coca?
Wow. Heavy smoker.
wait.
All right, so are you there?
Okay, yeah, my boyfriend was on the line.
Okay, so what?
Hang
So how did the mushrooms treat you?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I had enough because it was. I heard a lot of voices and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely not enough.
But you didn't see anything.
Not really.
Yeah, it's a fine balance.
Well, what kind of stomach problem is it? Is it like gastro?
Yeah, why don't you describe the pain? Where is it? What's it like?
Oh, it was like in my stomach, and it just like cramps up.
Where? Right in the middle?
Like, is it
upper
muscular?
area?
Is it
down the right lower quadrant, left lower quadrant, right around the belly button?
Yeah, around the belly
Around the
button.
belly button. Did you have any diarrhea or
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's diarrhea.
That's a good thing. It's slimming too.
That's
Yeah.
bowel spasm with diarrhea.
You know, they say the width of the average diarrhea stream is the same width of a engorged female clitoris. Did you know that?
I'm learning.
Oh,
but,
But I mean, it sounds to me like, she's sitting here saying, I put a pencil in my eye and I can't see today.
Exactly. And I don't know. I'm not, again, mushrooms are one of these drugs that you don't see.
Well, because all my other friends, they didn't have any stomach pain.
I've not heard of people complaining about stomach pains from doing a lot of mushrooms. And mushrooms are one of the drugs that nobody does a lot of. So I don't get a lot of experience seeing a lot of people who do a lot of the drug. It just,
But
it's not out
they
there.
grow in cow crap, so you could see where and they may cause some irritation in some of the users.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah.
So.
Hey, you're not going to die.
I know, but I mean, like, next time when I do mushrooms, like, what can I take to not have that huge pain?
I want to throw some Tums back there with it.
Right. All right, how did you eat the mushrooms, Sarah? Did you put them in peanut butter? Or did you make tea or something?
I ate them by themselves, and then I had, like, chips afterwards.
Okay.
What kind of chips? Pringles.
Pringles original.
I'm so scared for my kids. Oh,
All
my
right.
God.
I might want to go with the fat-free ones next time.
Well, maybe that's what gave her the diarrhea.
Yeah, with
It's
the
possible. What is it? The
with
Lestra.
Lestra. Hey, Drew, can you put that on vibrate? I was listening to that. It was funny. I was driving in, and I was listening to the first minute of the show, and I heard Drew's pager go off, and I thought, Jesus Christ, how unprofessional. And then I thought, wait a minute. I host a show, and I'm in my car, so maybe I shouldn't pass any judgment tonight.
Quite so fierce.
Unacceptable.
All right. It is Loveline. We're here with Dave Navarro. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Isabella Miko, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam and Drew.
Yes, you is. I don't know who Isabella Miko is either. All right. We shouldn't say that on the air. Dave Navarro is our guest tonight. The new CD is called Trust No One. Comes out on Tuesday, the 19th. Also, Conan and Leno.
Yeah.
19th and 22nd.
Yeah.
22nd would be Conan. Reunion with Jane's Addiction.
Once
So,
again.
all kinds of
Reunion.
Yeah.
reunion with Jane's Addiction, and everything's just coming up roses for Dave, and we're happy.
It
for
would
that.
seem that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And I saw you. I saw you on Cribs.
That's correct.
Saw your house profiled on Cribs.
Yeah.
Did not disappoint.
Oh, did you see his photo booth?
Yeah.
It was on
Yeah,
there.
I think. I think.
Isn't that a genius idea?
Yeah. I was in when Dave was on the TV show a couple of years ago talking about it, I think with the book, the photo book. I thought it was a slice of genius back then.
Yeah.
You still staying with it?
It still is a slice of genius. Actually, the book's done, so
You stop.
I'm sorry. We stopped. Yeah, the maintenance on the booth alone is just kind of a
You can
pain.
safely deliver pizza at his house up and have your ass dragged into the photo booth.
Yeah, too many carbs.
Well, I like the idea that I think Dave had a disclaimer on his front door or something.
If you come in here, you're going to be photographed.
Yeah. Subject to having your likeness.
Right. Like, when they film out in the street sometimes and they hold that sign up, if you're walking by, you're liable to get in the shot. Yvette?
Yeah?
You're 33?
Yeah?
What's up?
Hi, Yvette.
Hi. I have a question. Okay, I thought of this really cool idea because I thought it would look cool. Now, my boyfriend said I could do it, but he said if they got stuck, I'd have to take them to the hospital and explain to the doctor how it happened, and I don't want to do that. But I'm going
You have to explain a lot better than you're explaining now.
Okay, well, I'm going to explain to you right now
Okay.
what it is I want to do, and he said I can do this.
Who, your boyfriend?
Yeah.
What I'm wondering is why is he the one who has the authority to tell you what you can and can't do to begin with?
Let's hear what it is she
Well,
wants to
let
do.
me tell you what it is I want to do first.
All right.
Okay. Now, you know those little confectioners candies you put on a cake? Cupcakes?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
They look like confetti?
Yeah, those are great.
Okay.
You
now,
mean like Jimmy's? I mean the sprinkles?
You mean the little flat circular ones?
those are the ones.
The ovular ones.
Yeah, the little ovoid ones.
Right,
They
okay.
look like confetti.
Right.
The triangular ones.
Crunchy.
No, they're circle. They're not triangle.
They're red.
All right.
No, they're colored,
They're
like
like
confetti.
pastel colors.
Red's color.
All right. Yeah.
They're pastel colored.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Well, I thought that if I stuck those down his pee hole and I jacked them off, that when it shot out, it would shoot out like a confetti, you know. Now, he told me I could do this, but I put one of those in my mouth, and they don't dissolve very fast, so I'm afraid they'll get stuck in there. And I don't want to take them to the hospital and tell them that I stuck these.
Now, is this just because, or is there a birthday coming up?
It's just because I want to see if it'll do
An anniversary?
I imagine it would do.
Blow out the candle.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
I do too. I once filled my scrotum with silly string, attempting to do the same thing. Apparently, it's not hooked up the same way, and a very bad infection broke out.
But, I mean, they wouldn't go all the way down. I mean, they would just be there.
Well, that's a good question.
Shot out,
All right, quiet down, Nutjob. Let me ask Drew about this.
Yeah.
How much is that urethra basically barren before that?
That is inside your body. You could put stuff in the rectum and have it come out and be okay.
No,
That's
not out your penis, though.
That's outside your body.
These things are sugar, right?
I know, but what I'm...
But the
it's going to assimilate into the wall.
The urethra is a sterile environment. You put anything down there, and you're going to get infections and all kinds of stuff.
But here's what I'm asking. What is in the urethra, moments before one ejaculates?
Lubricants, the stuff from the prostate that keeps it lubricated.
So nothing really. But also, it's not like a cigar tube. It's not like you can put a funnel on the top and fill it up.
No.
The first piece you try to put in there is going to stick to the wall, clog it up. It's not going to work.
Hurt like hell, and probably start bleeding, and then get infected. Yeah.
Wow.
That is inside your body. You might as well put something in your eye.
Okay, I mean, but he likes...
Do you understand that Adam has trouble with this inside versus outside thing?
Okay.
You have a tube going from your mouth to your anus that is outside your body.
I still have trouble with
everything
that,
else is inside your body. You could put something in a sterile environment inside your body. That is inside your body.
But the point is even if it did no harm and it was outside of your body, you could not fill it.
Correct. Not with a funnel or anything.
It's not big enough. The walls are sticky.
Yeah.
Okay,
it'd be
a way to do it. Could I do it?
But really, it would be like trying to put popcorn inside of a gym sock that was soaked with axle grease.
Exactly.
From 10 feet away. I mean, it wouldn't stick to the side.
And if once you do that, he'll get infections. He'll cause stricturing of his urethra, and he'll have lifelong problems from your little game. I'm serious. I'm dead serious about it.
Really? But Yvette, what would your plan for filling the urethra be?
I hadn't thought about how I was going to get him in. I just wanted to see him shoot out.
Can't we go down the path of what the F is up with that boyfriend that he's even willing? Is he a heroin addict or something? Does he not feel pain?
No. He's just willing to let me do whatever I want to do.
Well, how about you just give him a enema with like Clamato or something?
Yeah, watch that shoot
see
out.
That go flying out.
I don't want to watch it come out of that end. I want to watch it come out the other end.
Right.
I mean, I would imagine that since when he shoots it shoots out. So I would imagine it with the force, it would shoot the little things.
I know. You're picturing sort of a room filled with sparkly magic and semen, but it wouldn't go that way. Yvette,
yes.
You're not a mother, are you?
Sure I am.
Oh my God. Of what?
Of boys.
2 boys, really?
Yeah.
Couldn't we drop those 2 kids off at a beaver dam somewhere so they'd have a chance? Just being raised by a family of beaver.
Oh, that's like rude. I'm a good mother. They don't know what I do.
No, they don't know the specifics. They just know the general
vibe.
Know
they're raised by someone who obsesses about things like this.
No, I don't obsess. It's just sometimes I get these like ideas of doing things.
Give us another one of your ideas.
Oh no, this is so irritating.
I'm just curious what her other idea would be. What other idea?
No, it's cool because he's telling me I'm irritating.
Oh, come on.
All right, Yvette, where's biological dad?
Biological dad is a jackass.
I see. You tried to fill his urethra with something way back when he took off?
Oh, no, that jackass molested my kids.
Oh, yeah.
Jail.
Yeah. Well, the kids are fine, though, right?
My kids are cool.
They're great.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Only been molested once, right?
Right, they're jackass fun, yeah.
Well, no harm, no foul. I'm sure they'll get right over that.
Do you have them in treatment?
I have them in treatment, and there was no physical, nothing, so it was basically fondling, but I mean...
Yeah.
All right. How old are they?
How old are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to tell you how old they are, because that's cool.
Are they little kids or are they teenagers?
I have a teenage, and then I have little kids.
All right. Just look, don't let them hurt anybody or hurt themselves or anything like that,
Oh,
right?
no, my kids
Right.
are cool.
No, I'm sure. Okay. All right, Yvette.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Listen,
All right, go
I
Lakers.
really, I know it's sort of comical and sad at the same time. I really don't mind goofballs or insane people, and I don't mind them executing harebrained schemes or floating stupid notions.
Don't hurt anybody else.
But they got a couple. When you got a couple of boys who already got molested by ex-jackass dad, that kind of thing.
You might want to make that the focus.
Yeah, yes. Everyone, now you're mommy. Focus on your sons, please, for the sake of society. Amy, and God knows what kind of guy stepdad or new boyfriend is.
Same. No, what do you think?
I'm guessing world-class idiot.
Yeah.
And possibly an abuser as well.
Yeah, sure.
Otherwise, why would she be attracted to him?
That's right.
Amy?
Hi.
You're 22.
Hi, Amy.
What's up?
I just want to say hi, Dave.
Hi.
I think you're really cool. I saw the show at the SB Bowl.
At the where?
At the Santa Barbara Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw you at the Santa Barbara Bowl.
Yes.
And the show was really cool.
What was that?
You can't hear me?
No, I just want to hear you keep saying it.
Oh, it was really cool.
Thank you.
We were up front, and I'm sure you don't remember, but you passed my friend a cigarette, and then I passed you a joint.
I do remember.
You do?
I do remember.
Oh, well, that was us.
Thank you.
Okay, this is my question. I was thinking of getting the hood of my clit pierced or getting the lips pierced. I was just wondering if this is part of the body that would, like, reject a piercing, or would it heal fast?
Wait, you went by that pretty quickly, what you're actually wanting to do.
So it's either the lips or the hood.
They're different, right?
What?
Those are two different things.
I would recommend the hood over the lips.
The lips of a...
You would.
The thing about the hood, though, is that some people report that it's desensitizing later.
Oh, is that right?
Hypersensitizing. It's better for a while, and then it kind of gets
My
too much.
understanding was that the friction would create more of a stimulation.
That's what people report sometimes, but then it becomes sort of desensitized after a while.
If you do both, the lips, if you do two of them, then they become handles.
Yeah, that's what I was
Which is a nice, change.
Nice effect.
And you slide a padlock through them. When your boyfriend leaves town, just clamp the thing shut.
Oh, good times.
Yeah. Hey, but how does that stuff heal, by the way? Like, I was thinking about the tongue, too. Like, if it's in a moist environment, you put a hole in it.
How does it epithelialize?
Yeah, I understand the lobe of the ear.
Yeah.
You sleep with the fan on it, and 2 days later, it's all closed up. But I mean, it's dried up. But how does your tongue or your clitoral hood dry up?
Like, would it...
I don't mean dry up, but
Well, I think
how's it heal?
you actually
How does it heal?
have to keep it moist, actually, while it's healing.
But he's asking because it's tough for some wounds to heal when they are moist. And mouth sores take forever to heal out. How does this tongue thing not get infected? And it epithelializes very quickly. The tongue, for some reason, heals real fast.
And what about the hood?
I guess also, I don't know for sure that's quickly, but in terms of rejection primarily, or the most common rejection sites is the eyelid, the eyebrow. The eyelid would be very interesting. The eyebrow and the belly button. Those are the two most common rejection sites.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I have the nipples done. That was like about a 9-month to a year-long healing process.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that longer than normal?
No, about 9 months is about average.
Really? I mean,
and before you can start tugging on it, and
Right.
I mean, it's sensitive for that long.
I've only had my ears pierced, and they only take like 2 weeks to heal.
That's the earlobe, though. That's where piercings belong.
Right. God intended piercings to go on the lobes, but not on the hood. Or he would have put your hood on your ear.
I saw you at the Santa Barbara Bowl.
Right.
You too?
No.
What?
Dave. All right. Hey, Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, good times. And who do you get to do this? You get
I don't know. I'm going to look around L.A. somewhere.
Guy to do it? Yeah. It's a good gig.
Like
All right.
someone professional.
All right.
Yeah.
It's either douche or tip. That's what the sign reads.
I'd go lips, though, by the way.
I saw you at the Santa Barbara Bowl.
Anderson keeps playing that. That is not her doing it. That is engineer Anderson screwing with Dave. Let's talk to Lenole. Lenole?
Hello?
Hey, you're 28.
Yeah, I'm 28.
What's up?
I wanted to know if, prolonged using would have any kind of, damaging effect.
Seems like it, yeah. But hold on a second. We're going to take a break, and then we'll get back with the question, okay? Okay, there. All right. Dave Navarro is our guest tonight. We'll hear something off the new CD, Trust No One, which is out on Tuesday, the 19th. And we'll also get back with Lenol and his penis ring after this. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline.
Oh, we just lost him.
I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. We just lost...
We lost the penis ring guy.
Well, let's deal with it. Let's talk about it. It's a simple enough question.
I was just going to recommend that as long 6 months or longer might be a problem.
Continuous wearing.
Continuous wearing of the cock ring.
Maybe your penis might drop off.
Well, the ring is not a piercing or a piece of jewelry.
Whatever
But
happens.
it cuts off circulation.
Right. It goes at the base of the penis after you get the erection or as you get the erection,
the
holds it
testes
off.
go through in there too, right?
No,
there's some that do.
Yeah,
I'm wearing one that does. It's about 3 months.
It's a training.
Are you kidding?
Yes, I am.
It's a training.
Good. But Dave, you're a weird guy. So
But I
you don't know.
appreciate the fact that you had to ask if I was kidding or not.
Well, you're a hell of an actor.
So Anderson just reminded me we have to call it penis ring.
Right. Well, I was trying to do that.
But you can say cockfights.
Yes, you can say cockfights, and you can say C ring, and you can say penis ring.
Right.
But whatever happened to your store?
Oh,
C rings and lava lamps.
Yeah, I was going to
Galore.
open a store in a mall just called
Nothing but
simply.
Yeah.
C-rings and lava lamps, but then I was told by our program director I could not say the C word on air, so I didn't want to open the store. But now the balls are not threaded through the C-ring as far as I know, at least not traditionally.
I think there's some that incorporate the testicles and some
yes.
that just simply cut off
The traditional penis ring worn by the kings of European royalty.
Right.
The traditional C ring.
Right.
Yeah.
And some are purely aesthetically pleasing.
Well,
from what I understand.
Right. The ones that were depicted in the Old Testament, I believe, had the balls being threaded through them.
But the
I don't like
the Aboriginal.
Threaded?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
Calm down. Or the Aboriginal C ring.
Right. Did not.
I see.
But now, but here's what I'm asking. You wear this C ring at the base of your penis to keep the blood, you keep your penis engorged.
Yes.
So wearing one for 6 months straight would be
You need an erection
near
for 6
impossible,
months.
right?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
as soon as
That's
it
what I'm
deflated,
saying.
it would fall off.
That's
wouldn't
why it would be a problem.
Well,
Right.
but what if you could keep
Yes.
it erect all the time by
You wouldn't need the
restricting
C-ring.
outflow?
Well, but what if the C ring kept it erect for 6 months?
Exactly.
Is that possible?
I imagine something like that is, but it would be very damaging.
It would be somewhat like a prepuce.
No.
What is that? What is a prepuce?
Prepuce is...
Oh, prepuce.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that the foreskin?
Yeah, it's foreskin, basically.
No, what's the deal when the erection happens? It comes from
Priapism.
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 Wow, that was close.
It would probably be equivalent to priapism, which is that a prolonged erection, a painful erection, can result in no erection.
It's a side effect from some kind of
medication
yeah.
sometimes.
I'll tell you where the real damage would occur, the area surrounding the toilet in one's bathroom. As they try to relieve themselves with a full-blown erection.
Huh.
I mean, we've all got up in the morning and whizzed all over the magazine rack and then all over that shag carpet you keep around the bowl and, all that kind of stuff. I mean, can you imagine urinating for 6 months, what that bathroom would look like?
It would have to... How would you...
No,
you have to sit down.
You just have to go. You'd
actually need a urinal
you have
at
to
home.
Go.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right.
Which thankfully Adam has.
Yes, I do.
Good for you.
Thank you.
In his garage.
Well, that's a man. I have 3 of them, actually.
Oh.
Thank you. Dave Navarro is our guest. Trust No One is the name of the new CD, which is out on the 19th. And this one is called Rexall. This is Rexall off of Trust No One. New Dave Navarro CD, which will be out on the 19th. And then that night on the Tonight Show with Leno, and then the 22nd on Conan. And also Jane's Addiction, reunion.
The same day as Conan.
Is that when it...
We're doing the Weenie Roast.
All right.
Is that your first outing?
We did 2 shows. Well, what was it? Santa Barbara that she saw us?
Oh, right, Santa Barbara Ball.
Santa Barbara Bowl.
Right. Thanks. I knew that was queued up. Yeah, we did that. We did Coachella. And then, and then we got Weenie Roast New York, Weenie Roast LA.
All right. And
so we can call it the Weenie Roast, but we can't say C-Ring.
Right.
It's interesting. But it's the K-Rock Weenie Roast.
It's the 7 words you can't say on TV that George Carlin invented.
Yeah.
Let's, speaking of Dave Navarro, Carolyn has a question for him. Carolyn?
Yeah.
You're
Hi,
18.
Carolyn.
What's up?
Hi, Adam and Dr. Drew. You
Hey.
guys are great.
Thanks.
Aren't they?
Dave Navarro, I think you're really awesome.
And I'm just
I
wondering...
think you're awesome too, Carolyn.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right,
Why
thanks for
did
calling.
you leave the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I'm sorry?
Why did you leave the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
We just, you know what? We made a record together, and I just, we weren't coming from the same place musically. And I think it's evident if you listen to that record. I think it's a good record. I don't think it's an amazing one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of it. I think that it's obvious that we, just have different schools of playing, and after that album was done and the cycle of touring was done, it was just kind of time to move on, you know? We gave it a try, and that was that.
Are you friends with everybody?
Absolutely, yeah, real good friends. And, you know, Flea actually joined Jane's Addiction the past 2 shows.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, I met Anthony Kiedis and John, back in August, and Anthony was a jerk.
Yeah, well, you know, it depends on this. Where was it?
It was like at 1 a.m. I was staying in the same hotel as them in Toronto.
Yeah, well, that explains a lot. 1 a.m. in Toronto is kind of rough.
Yeah, but listen, Carolyn, anybody can be a jerk at any given time, and just like you can be a bitch, depending on when we catch you, what happened, the events leading up to it, and all that stuff.
You'd be shocked to find that Adam can be an a-hole once in a while.
What?
It is possible.
Once in a great
But I can guarantee you that he's not a jerk, and it was probably the time of day.
I'm sure of it. All right, should we take a break?
Yeah.
Who are we going to talk to when we come back, Drew? Heroin? No. Wants to know, you want a heroin question?
Yeah. I thought that we were going to do that in the break.
Oh, we're going to do heroin.
Heroin in the break.
And then we're going to talk about it. Dave Navarro is not a jerk, is here tonight, and we'll be back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Pennywise in here tomorrow night.
Oh, my God.
That is going to be fun.
Yeah, that ought to be a good time. And I have no idea why they're back, but they are back tomorrow night.
We have low self-esteem, as you pointed out.
Well, also, it was presented. I mean, Pennywise, when they did the show 7 years ago, they left, and the quote was, never again. Then they did the show 2 years ago, and still the quote went back to never again.
Why did we do that again?
Right.
What was the matter with us? What the hell's going on here?
That's right. And then when it was presented to us 3 weeks to a month ago, we said, what the hell? But listen, here's the way I look at it, and I don't want to sound like I'm unselfish or trying to do good radio for a second, because, you know, I don't like our listeners for the most part. But I thought to myself, well, you and Drew will be uncomfortable when Pennywise comes into the studio tomorrow night, but the folks at home will probably enjoy it.
What transpires?
Well, the first time, it's mainly Fletcher from Pennywise.
Right. I'm not familiar with Fletcher.
Oh, well, that's good.
I'll tune in.
You've really...
Yeah, I don't know anything
Fletcher's
about
about 6'8", 350, all hair.
That's a lot of fun.
Is that about right?
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Huge.
And,
does that translate on radio, though?
Well, what he does translate.
He likes his drink. And the first time he did all the projectile vomiting.
Really?
On multiple people.
Right. And then the second time he just kind of barricaded himself and us in the studio here.
Threatened us with bowel feces.
Said we're going to Poo Poo City. Yeah. We never actually arrived at Poo Poo City.
Because he got so violent and so psychotic.
Right.
Well, it's not that bad.
That when the SWAT
it's not
team,
as bad as the first time.
The SWAT team filled the room here.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, not this room, though.
This room next door.
Right. Could not get into this room.
That's when he claimed he had a grenade on him. As God is my witness.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, Pennywise.
I was not that flustered by the whole thing. It really didn't bother me that much.
I had PTSD.
I told... Did you?
Like
you
2 weeks.
You're upset by it.
I screwed up, yeah.
Did you try EMDR for that? No. Might give it a try?
Get my movement set up.
Giving a lot away, aren't I?
Why don't you bring some drugs in tomorrow night in case I have to bite down on something. I'll keep it in my cheek. And if all hell breaks loose, I'll just chomp down on it.
Go to sleep.
You can wake me up in the ER. Right. All right, Dave Navarro here. Trust No One. Name of the CD. Also, 311 and Sum 41 coming in here a little bit later this week. And Dan.
Hi.
Hey, you're 21. What's up?
Hey, Dan.
How you doing?
Good.
What's it called? So I'm an addict.
Uh-huh.
I went to a psychiatrist for a consultation appointment, and he told me that first of all that no psychiatrist would treat me except if it was in a rehab center, and the second thing he told me was that he threatened to have me committed because he said I was a slow
Well, I wish he could commit you. I don't know what the laws are like in New Jersey, but if he can, it possibly could save your life.
What's your drug?
Well, the thing is, that if heroin,
yeah.
if he's going to see, Dan, if you're going to see a psychiatrist for your disease, then obviously you want help, right?
Yeah, but I
you want it on your own terms.
Yeah, he wants it.
Well, it was that, and I've kind of gotten a little bit brighter since then, but I still have, the issues that I started were the reasons I started in the first place.
That is undoubtedly the case, but
you
nothing
can't get to
can,
those
nothing can be done for those until your heroin addiction is treated. You have a disease now, and that clouds everything else, and that requires inpatient treatment for several weeks at minimum.
Absolutely.
And any psychologist or psychiatrist worth a damn would require that. No way this could be done as an outpatient, and no way is individual therapy going to have much of an impact on this at this point.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Is your angle to work out the problems that got you into the heroin in the first place and then eliminate the need for the heroin?
No, I realize that I can't do it that way, but I was hoping to get a head start because,
no.
I mean, it's not much of a head start that you can get. I mean, it is encouraging to see that you are looking somewhere for some kind of help, but I would say that if you have the means to go to rehab, man.
Check in. That's it. That is the only hope, Dan.
And I'll tell you something. It's like a 30-day vacation in a sense from, killing yourself. And you can always get high afterwards.
That's a good point.
They
don't tell you that.
They will.
Yeah.
You can always get high. You don't always have a chance to save your life.
Heroin back guarantee.
That's right. Double your heroin back. We'll give a even bigger balloon if you don't graduate.
And what about the other thing that he told me, though?
About him committing you? I don't know what in California we couldn't do that. I wish we could. I swear to God, there are times when I could save people's lives.
But you know what? You think
the grip of the biology of that drug is so profound.
Right.
If I could just get somebody locked somewhere for a couple of weeks
and get them physically off,
their brain is working differently at the end of those.
That's absolutely true.
So, but
right,
I don't think they can do that, Dan. I don't think they can.
Well,
not for very long.
Now's the time, Dan. You get into rehab.
It doesn't work as well as when you go on your own anyway. You got to want it and you want to go do it.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right,
Dan.
Do it, Dan.
Good luck. Let's talk to Craig. Craig?
Hey.
Hey, Craig.
You're 16. What's up?
Okay. Drew, you're awesome. But Adam, I have to say, how dare you?
Why?
I've been homeschooled all my life, and you're always dissing on homeschoolers and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, my question is this. I'm homeschooled and all, and I wonder if that makes me screwed up enough to be a psychologist.
Oh, to be a psychologist. Interesting question.
Yeah.
You're always saying that, you have to be really screwed up and stuff.
Hey, there's a book.
Helps.
Oh, yeah, I got a great book for you. What's it called? The Drama of the Gifted Child.
Great book.
And that's a good one for codependents like yourself, Craig. And
it was banned from the homeschool library.
Go read that book, and you see if that doesn't ring out what homeschooling has done for you and why you might be a good therapist. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Hey.
Drama of the Gifted Child. You got
Craig.
What's her name? Miller? Miller, is that her name?
Look, just get your mom to sign you a diploma, and you can go right into practice probably early next week. All right.
No, not scary homeschooling.
Oh, boy. Craig, what about the homeschooling? You like it?
Yeah, actually I do.
Why? What got you into it in the first place?
Well, religious reasons mainly, because I think my parents didn't really want me to have the bad influences, kind of thing.
Right.
But, I still get to do a lot of stuff over at the high school, so.
Like what?
I get to swim for them and stuff.
You get to play on the team?
What?
That's cool.
You get to play on a sports team?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Very
cool. I guess you could.
But aren't you going to get just as influenced in the locker room or around the team as you are if you go to classroom?
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
I don't know, Craig.
Drama of the Gifted Child. You
read it, learn.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, they won't be clouding your thinking with all that Darwinism and all that other scientific nonsense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the bottom line. Yeah, the Earth is 2,000 years old, and get used to it. All right, Craig. Good times there, buddy.
Good luck to you.
And then what about college? Do you go to a religious college or?
Actually, I want to go to the Coast Guard Academy if I can't get into psychology and stuff.
Okay.
It's still keeping with the water theme,
right?
Which is good. Extracurricular water activities.
Good times there, Craig. Is your mom your teacher?
Yes.
Oh, could you imagine? Just sitting home with your mom all day.
Yeah, I think she's actually a porpoise.
Oh, true. Could you imagine your mom sitting home with your mom?
But that's
all day.
Not all moms are meant to be teachers. Maybe some moms would be fun to be. They're sort of into it.
All right, Todd.
Yeah.
You're 20.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's happening?
Real quick, I'm actually a resident professional in body modification at a studio out here in L.A. And for that girl with the clitoris thing, that takes like 6 months to heal, and you can't have any sexual activities until exactly 2 months after you get it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Just to make sure.
Even with the lips?
Yeah, even with the lips.
No, for 2 months.
2 months.
2 months, no lips or the hood. It's the same 2 months.
Yeah, it's the same anywhere in that region. Just
How about the males? Their piercings, do they have the same kind of duration?
the males are different depending on the piercing that they get.
Prince Albert. Prince Albert.
The Prince Albert, well, it depends on who does it, because there's a bunch of new methods out now where we don't actually use needles anymore. Instead, we're using scalpels now.
Wow.
Heals a lot faster, you know? So it's a lot more interesting. A bigger gauge, you know, healing faster.
And so how long on average?
About 3 weeks.
And when you do you do a woman, you do clitoral stuff? Or
Yeah, I just did one, actually. I was doing one 2 days ago.
What are they in? Are they in an apparatus, like stirrups or anything?
Just in a regular chair, dude, with their butt slid all the way forward in the chair, leaning back, with their legs open. That's it.
And you just have a mag light in your mouth, basically, while you're working?
No, it's like kind of like a drop-down light.
Miner's lamp.
Wow. Wow.
It's a pretty interesting thing.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and what's the big rage now, by the way?
The big rage in piercing?
Yeah.
Stretching.
Stretching? Making big loops?
The ears.
Yeah.
Right.
Because my appearance is pretty outrageous.
Getting to the zero, double zero?
Yeah, well, I'm out to actually 1.5 inches. So.
A earlobe.
Yeah.
You're gay. How long, please, Drew, how long did it take you to get that stretched out to 1.5 inches?
I did it in 6 months, and then I went to jail, so I had to take it out.
Right.
And it shrank down to about...
You can hang yourself with
guys were like raping his ear.
Yeah. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, with just the
Right. And
circumference of the penis.
What do you get for the big earlobes? What does that do for you?
It's really good with the ladies, dude. It's a conversation starter. Automatically, they just walk up to you and totally impressed. And
in some cases, it can be a conversation ender, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a great way to start a conversation. What happened to you, jerk off?
But that's the reason they come up to you?
Sometimes.
Is that the reason
I get the biggest response, actually, from older black women.
Oh, really?
Well, they go crazy when they see that. They're like, "Oh my God, child, what did you do?"
Oh, great! So you can date Aunt Esther. Fantastic. All right, Todd. What was your question then?
All right. Today being Father's Day, I don't spend a lot of time with my dad, and I spent some time with him when we were talking, and he was telling me about some stories from my past that I had no recollection of. Like when I was 3 years old, I was actually really physically abused by one of my mom's boyfriends.
That's where the impulse, we find that's where the impulse comes to do a lot of body modification.
Reclaiming of the body.
Yeah, it's a reclaiming.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Because, I mean, I'm pretty, I'm really tatted down for being 20 years old. I have about 75% of my body tattooed.
But isn't it interesting how that drive comes from somewhere? It just gets wired into your brain by those physical abuse experiences, and then you just do it. And here you are talking very abstractly about it with us, yet the connection with those drives are sort of not available to your consciousness.
That's what I was wondering, because he told me about this big situation where he used to beat the crap out of... I was like 3 years old, and he beat the crap out of me for wetting the bed, like leaving weld.
Well, you were asking for it.
Yeah, now this was your mom's boyfriend, your stepdad?
It was, yeah, he was there for I guess 6 or 7 months.
It's just so awful. Do you have any impulses to hit kids or anything yourself?
No. I actually do have a son, and he gets treated great. Because my dad, my real dad, he would never lay a hand on me. Because he was really beat down when he was a kid.
Right.
So he brought that over to where he would never hit
where
me.
was he when you were being beaten around?
That's actually a funny story, because as soon as he found out, he went to this guy's work with a 45, and he held it to his head and told the guy, "Hey, I'm not afraid to pull this trigger, and if you ever touch my kid again, you're dead." And then after that, the guy took off. He was gone.
Yeah, nice guy.
But still a pretty violent background.
Yeah. And
Which
I'm curious if he has any sexual fetishes or anything with this too, because that's the other thing that comes out of this sometimes.
Yeah, I have a lot of sexual fetishes.
Like what?
Just mostly bondage, dominatrix stuff.
Yeah, there it is.
But are you dominant or submissive?
I'm more submissive.
You know what? Because I find, me too, more submissive.
But what happens, though, you may have a preference, but you still go back and forth between the roles, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
See, that's not
Not
been
for
my
you.
experience.
Not for you.
Well, because I've always had a problem inflicting pain.
Yeah, I don't have a problem inflicting pain. Just
You don't?
for what I do.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, you put spears
pay
through
good money
hoods.
for it.
Right.
Yeah, I can't.
Todd, I'm going to ask you. You seem just like a great guy, so I'm going to ask you the tough questions that I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
Given that you make that, we're all making that connection here between the physical abuse, the bondage, sexuality, and the piercing and the rendering of piercing.
And then one more thing is addiction.
Well, let's keep addiction out of it because that's a different thing. That the addiction piece sort of is the rocket fuel behind what you're doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it gives you that much more thrill to all this.
Yeah, that's.
But let's just take the recipe of being physically abused and then wanting to pierce and wanting to give piercings and stuff. Do you think that it's a good thing that somebody should help you contain those impulses to do all this to your body, and that would be better, or is somehow it's therapeutic for you to do all this? You understand the question I'm asking?
Can you?
The question I'm asking is and Dave, I'll throw the question to you too. Is containing these impulses that come from these early traumas a good thing?
I can't contain them mostly because I'll explode. You know?
I understand. And finding other maybe creative ways of letting them out, or is it therapeutic for you to do this stuff to yourself and other people?
Sometimes when I sit down for like a setting on a tattoo that's going to go 7 or 8 hours long,
yeah,
like the work I have done on most of my, it's like real therapeutic. It kind of, for some reason, it kind of makes me feel like I can handle more from handling that and dealing with that.
Is that in fact what happens, or does it just feel that way?
It's sometimes that's what happens, and sometimes it just feels like that.
All right.
For me, the creative and the therapeutic process is always the best way to handle something like that in dealing with those kinds of issues. And I've always found that the actual modification or the sexual acting out, the piercing, and so forth, is more of it's a form of denial. It's more of an distraction.
Isn't it getting us stuck in? It's a repetition compulsion of sorts because it doesn't get you out of.
Well, it takes you out of the head. You know what I mean? It would take me out of the head.
So it works in the moment.
An avoidance kind of a
So it
method.
works in the moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's almost like a drug in that sense.
Yeah.
It's a form of escape.
And it's empowering. I mean, there's something that's empowering about it, and I think that's why a lot of, sexual
the empowering is the reclaiming the body, like you say. Then one patient of mine described it as, hey, I'm going to F myself up before somebody else Fs me up again.
Right.
I'm going to take it over myself and do it to myself.
And there's also, in sexual abuse, there's also, that whole thought process of making yourself unattractive.
Right.
For future, molestation.
Right.
All right. Yeah, but then you end up attracting a bunch of other people that were abused in a way, so you end up getting more tail.
But you also, at the same time, connect with those people on an intimate level.
Right. Well, in a way, it's a non-verbal connection. I mean, you're walking around. You've modified yourself.
Yeah.
You've marked yourself in a sense. You see someone across the bar who's been marked, and you're brought together.
It's your kind of person.
Unless you're getting middle-aged black women, like our last caller was. John.
Yes. Hi.
Hey, you're 40.
John.
What's up?
First off, the comment on that girl with the nymphomania. I am 40 and really getting in deep with a lot of, old issues from my life. I've been in therapy, real therapy, for about 4 months now. And it's like, that sounds like, nymphomania to guys, it sounds like fun and all that. And I know in the past, I've always felt like you're losing something, but you're going to give something up, if you start dealing with your issues. You're
Right.
going to lose your edge or whatever, And it's like, it's hard, but your life really does get better. And it's not like, you get treated for that and you're never going to enjoy sex.
No.
Or anything like that.
You're finally going to be actually gratified by it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a deeper level.
Yeah.
Well, because you'll have a bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, your cup could be filled.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean it metaphorically, but I mean, anytime you're doing anything to sort of make yourself whole, whether it's getting a tat, doing some heroin, or banging some transvestite, it's good. You're good for 20 minutes, but then there's tomorrow night. And you got to do it again.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I
right.
I don't have any experience directly with that, but it's all vaguely similar, and you're not losing anything. It's just it's.
Well, on the sexual tip, you're also kind of learning what's beautiful about it, as opposed to using it for something to hide behind.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's you've still.
The motivation isn't to run from fear. The motivation is to experience something intimate and beautiful.
Right. Well, it takes on so much more depth.
Right.
It just becomes incredibly deep and enriching, and I don't know. When I was 20, that probably sounded pretty dull. You know, I don't know. I just remember, you know, when I was younger, you just always kind of felt like somehow you were going to lose your edge. You were going to lose. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, whatever. And thanks for the call, John. Drew, we've talked about this time and time again, but whatever it is you're working hard to avoid does not want to be. I'm trying to think of the word here, but does not want to be
brought
to the light.
Yeah, it will do anything. It will make you think all kinds of things as good reasons not to do it.
Right. You will call the therapist, rent a friend, and that kind of stuff, and you'll avoid the part, whatever that part of you that's sort of controlling you and running you does not want to be brought to justice. Does not want to read the books, does not want to sit in the therapist's office. It just wants to get high and get into denial or engage in, you know, gambling or whatever addictive behavior it wants to engage in. So that's a pretty powerful part. And I believe it starts to subside as the years wear on. Maybe it loses its strength. Maybe you get older. Maybe you stop producing so much testosterone. Maybe you get a little wiser. Maybe it gets tiring. I don't know what it is.
It just gets old.
It
just gets boring.
Yes, it's really hard. It rarely gets boring at 19 or 21 or 23, but somewhere in the 30s, hopefully, it gets boring, it gets old, and you're looking for a change. And the saddest people are the people that are like in their 50s and 60s and still knee deep in their ass. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, well, you're just taking it to the grave at that point. Let's talk to Kimberly, who's 30.
Hi, Kimberly.
Up?
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Kimberly.
Congrats on your record.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Hey, do you guys still do movie reviews, you and Johnny?
No, we don't.
That's kind of defunct, the bikini, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. But you guys were good.
Thank you.
I really thought it was cute.
You seen anything good lately? How's Tomb Raider?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But I was dragged into seeing Moulin Rouge, and I was like, oh, my God.
Musical, right?
Yeah, it was a headache.
Yeah.
I heard it was rich visually.
It was a little trippy, but...
Yeah, not good, though, huh?
I don't think so.
All right.
Huh.
No.
Music was good.
Drew, did you see it?
No, not yet. Seen the trailers and heard the music.
All right.
That's all you need to see.
Yeah, I figured.
Hey, Kimberly, is that it?
No, one more question.
Sure.
Dave, happy birthday. That's actually my question.
Thank you.
I'm a Psycho fan.
When's your birthday?
June 7th.
Oh, okay.
How old are you now?
I'm 24.
No, you're not. You're 33.
34.
Anyways, I'm such a spaz. Okay, hey, one more thing. Okay, are you going to do a solo tour? And if so, where and how can I come and see you?
You're probably thinking, I don't want you to come and see me.
No, you know what? I'm thrilled to have you come and see me. At least somebody will be there. Well, we got Jane's Addiction coming up in August, and I think that's going to go to mid-September, and then hopefully sometime in the fall, October. Want to do the States?
Solo, I think that would just be so awesome.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I'm planning on doing it in the fall sometime, and you know, it's hard to plan that far in advance, especially when I have something as open-ended as Jane's Addiction happening. But definitely will happen, and I will definitely see you there.
I saw you at the Santa Barbara Bowl.
All right. Oh, no. Hey, Kimberly, the CD is out the 19th, Leno the 19th, and Conan the 22nd. And when we come back, I want to talk to Jen, who's 12, had sex, might be pregnant. Oh, my God. All right, we'll get into Jen after this. Hey, everybody. Hey, it's Pennywise. Pennywise tomorrow night, and you can hear them right now if you're listening to me and or the radio. That ought to be an interesting reunion. Dave Navarro is our guest tonight. Trust No One is the name of the new CD, which will be out coming up the 19th, and then also on the 19th, Leno and Conan on the 22nd. Of course, the Weenie Roast coming up, and the Jane's Addiction reunion. So it's all good, and always good to see Dave, and really very insightful, and very thought-provoking as usual. Jen?
Yes?
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
You're 12, huh?
Yes.
And you had sex?
Yes, twice.
How old was the guy?
16 and 18.
Two different guys.
Yeah.
How close together? How close together? Like, you know, the two guys. How much time elapsed in between each?
One was Saturday night and one was Wednesday night.
What's going on? What's going on?
We had sex without a condom, and I'm not sure if I'm pregnant or not. But
Which night did you have the sex without the condom?
Both.
Okay.
And what grade are you in, by the way?
I'm going into 7th.
Oh, baby. And what's happening at home? Bad things?
Yeah, well, I used to get abused by my father and mother, but then they divorced, and now my mother beats me. And I went to a foster home for a bit, and I came back, but she doesn't beat me that much anymore.
Oh, not that much.
Is she abusing booze or something like that?
No.
She's not?
Mm-mm.
Oh, boy. Hi, hey, Jen?
Yes?
So it's too late. Well, wait a minute. One was Saturday night, right?
Well, last Saturday.
9 days ago or 8 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's too late for the morning after pill?
Mm-hmm.
And
for that one.
You're wondering if you're pregnant?
Yes.
And who are these guys?
Well, we just met online.
Oh. Yeah. Did they know how old you were?
Yes.
Do you know how old you are?
Yes.
Because it's going to be a real... I mean, we can get into the pregnancy and all that stuff in a second. We will. But if you keep going this way, Jen, it's going to be a real long, unhappy life for you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you're spinning around like a dreidel, and your parents are horrible people, and they dumped all this crap on your lap. But don't keep the crap going yourself. And they did the abusing. Now you're going to abuse yourself, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you hear the people that call this show that are a little older than you, 15, 16, 18? Their lives are a mess?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to end up that way, do you?
No.
Okay. So, I mean, can you contain your behavior at all?
I'm trying.
Can you remember the fear you're in now as a result of it? The next time that you're thinking this way?
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, because you're feeling pretty uncomfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's only a result of your actions here, which, nothing we can do about now, but you can definitely not repeat them. You can pick up an EPT. You know what that is?
No.
Early pregnancy test, drugstore.
Oh. I don't think I can, because I don't want my mother to figure it out.
Well, is there a way that you can get a hold? You can get a hold of one of those without your mother finding out. You had sex without her finding out.
Right, you pulled that one off.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you don't have to be 18 to buy one of those, do
Not
you?
that I'm aware of, no.
It's just like a little
stick.
A stick, and I think you put urine on it, and it gives you a plus or a minus, or depending on the brand. I got a bunch of them in the trunk.
Hey, Jen?
Yes?
Yeah, do you have anybody at school you can talk to? A counselor? Anything like that?
No.
Anybody?
No, I had 2 counselors before, but they don't allow me to call them back for anything.
What about the people you worked with, the ones who got you out of the house and into foster care? Is there anybody you can talk to there?
No, my mother threw away all their numbers, so I don't have the numbers anymore.
And you say your mom is still beating on you?
Well, she doesn't beat on me that much anymore, but it's very rare now.
Right.
But it still happens.
Very seldomly.
Do you have brothers, sisters?
No, I'm the only child.
Do you have friends? Do you have any good friends?
They're older, like in college and all.
You have friends that are in college?
Yes.
Really? You're going into the 7th grade?
Yes.
How did you meet these people?
Excuse me?
I'm too overwhelmed by her call. I can't.
Right. All right. So where do you start? I mean, should she go down to Planned Parenthood?
Yes. Go down first. Let's take care of this pregnancy.
Can you go down to Planned Parenthood, Jen?
I don't think so.
I think you can.
Why not? Why not? Why can't you?
Because of my mother.
No, it has nothing to do with your mom. You can go and get treatment. It doesn't have to cost you anything, and no one else has to know except you. Okay?
Okay.
That's what you need to do. So let's stay focused on one thing at a time.
Okay. May I ask my question? Another question?
Go ahead.
Okay. I was thinking of trying to get a miscarriage by getting punched in the stomach.
Yeah, that will do nothing.
That'll do nothing.
You don't even know if you're pregnant yet.
But then if you go and punch hard enough, you'll rupture a viscus and you'll go in the hospital, and then your mother will find out that you're pregnant.
Yeah, yeah. And wouldn't you feel stupid getting socked in the stomach and not even being pregnant?
Oh, okay.
Where do you live?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Springfield, Virginia.
All right, you need to contact Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, that's where you start.
Information in Springfield.
800-230-PLAN, P-L-A-N.
Can you write that down there, Jen? Grab your pen, please, your Hello Kitty pen.
800-230-PLAN, P-L-A-N. That's where you start. All
right.
Is that for real?
Yeah, that's what she's asking. I mean, the whole thing is awful.
All right. And listen, Jen, please listen to this show, would you? And call us back and tell us what happened.
Can you stay in touch with her, guys? Please.
And don't go down the path you're going down, please. All right?
I don't know how we...
You're breaking Dave's heart.
Oh, okay.
All right. Oh, jeez. I tell you, I'd really, speaking of punch in the stomach, I just want to get hold of Mom and Dad and give them just a good...
Working.
Just a nice working over. I could do it in one. Just one big left hook. Right in the kidneys there. And they don't even realize what they're doing, and I'm sure Mom was beat on by her dad, and so it goes. But I'll tell you, girls, we talk about this all the time, they're so much more fragile than guys. I mean, when this happens to guys, they end up getting in fights. They get into trouble. They beat up guys on the football team and that kind of stuff. But, I mean, picture Jen. Picture what the next 5-10 years for Jen is going to be looking like. She needs to find help. She needs to find it today. Todd?
Hello?
You're 18?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
I guess my question is, I've been really good friends with this girl, probably my best friend, for about 6 months. Tonight we just had sex, and I was just wondering, we talked about it, and we don't really seem to have romantic feelings towards each other, but I was wondering whether you thought that having a sexual relationship with like a best friend necessarily will ruin the relationship as a friendship.
Well, at your age, usually the friendship develops because somebody has some sexual inclination, or at least romantic inclination. He's 18.
How old is she?
She's 18.
Yes.
Well, she's into you.
It. Yeah, she's into it. She's just telling you she's not.
I'm pretty sure she's not. I mean, she's actually right here, and she's probably not. I mean, I don't think she's into me.
No. Let me talk to her.
Let's talk. You want to talk to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of things about this whole, like, will it do this or that kind of questions that, like...
Hello?
No one's going to know the answer to that
Well,
until
she
it
will.
happens.
Yeah.
Really?
This happened to them already. What's your name?
Robin.
Robin. All right, Adam.
How many times you had sex with Todd?
Once.
And that was just recently, right?
Yeah, it was tonight.
And that's because he slipped and fell into her vagina.
Was it good?
It was all right.
All right with him listening is a very bad sign. And where did you meet Todd?
School.
And how long ago was that?
I've known him since like 7th grade, so a long time ago.
Yeah. And were you initially interested in him?
No, I actually hated each other.
All right, but when you did finally come together, was either one of you interested in either one of you?
No, I don't think so.
What brought you together from hating each other to best friends then?
Well, we hated each other in like 7th and 8th grade, and then we became friends.
Yeah, what brought you together?
We had classes together.
No, what brought you together?
Yeah, what about all those other people in your class who you don't hang out with?
I guess our
who you didn't hate?
Humor. I don't know.
Your sense of humor?
Yeah.
Or possibly sense of denial?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so if you're not attracted to Todd?
I don't have like emotional feelings for him, no.
You just have physical feelings toward him?
Yes.
And that's why you slept with him?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you weren't attracted to him.
You like him
from the very beginning there's been an attraction.
Of course. She won't admit it, though.
All right, so what's up, Robin? Your dad abandoned you or something?
No, he didn't.
All right, have you had any boyfriends?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Well, what do you think that is? I mean, young lady, 18, no boyfriends? How come?
Couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Wouldn't it be nice if Todd would be sort of break down and get into a relationship with you?
I don't think that would work. No.
Why? You're fat. Why not?
Drew, please. Why not?
I just think it would be a bad idea.
Why?
Because he does not treat his girlfriends well.
Yeah, but if he did, in a magical world, if he did?
Still, I don't see it working.
Why is
That's
that?
what I want from him.
Why? But you just said the reason you don't want to make this a relationship is because of his track record with women. He doesn't treat women well.
Meaning he leaves them.
But if he treated you nicely, wouldn't it be a nice relationship?
In theory, sure, yes.
Okay.
And she hasn't had a boyfriend since, what, ever? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, ever.
And you've known this guy since 7th grade?
Yeah.
And you've been attracted to him ever since. And that's why you haven't had a boyfriend.
So you think I've been in love with him since 7th grade?
Well, maybe not love, but you're into the guy.
The whole hating each other thing is, whether you like it or, think so or not, it is an emotional reaction to somebody, and it's...
I wish someone would have hated me when I was in high school, besides guys. And faculty.
It's an extreme reaction to another person, and it's it's misguided love.
Yeah,
envy.
Yeah,
it's envy, and envy becomes.
Suggested course of action here.
Yeah, Robin, the course of action is be honest, Robin.
Wait, yeah, she just went from no interest at all to hey, Cupid. What do we do?
What do I do?
All right, just be honest.
Robin, you must be honest here. This is ridiculous. You're going on this denial about how you feel about this guy. And if you are not open with him about what you're feeling and with yourself, you're going to get badly hurt, and this obviously isn't going to go anywhere. And you're afraid if you're open with him, you're going to lose the friendship, too. Well, the friendship is just there so you can cling to those feelings.
Right. You're scared you're going to scare him away in general if you don't sort of play along with him.
Or, worse yet, you'll get into a relationship and he'll leave.
Right.
It's all bad if you're honest.
I'm still
but
curious.
It's all bad if you're not honest.
I'm still curious about Robin, though. Family intact. Where's Dad? What's he do?
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Lawyer. Aha.
Uh-huh.
So he's never around.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Workaholic, right?
Yes.
Always didn't pay enough attention. Bought you stuff, but not there.
You fill out the profile of someone that would behave the way you're behaving.
Okay.
So let put Todd. Can Todd pick up the other line?
Yeah.
Hello?
All right, Todd.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, here's the deal with Robin.
Yeah.
She likes you. All right, it's not just a platonic thing with some fringe benefits. She's 18. She's a female. She wouldn't mind having it be more than that. What do you think about that?
See, but the thing is, I think that would definitely ruin our friendship.
Oh, see? Okay, so Todd's not interested.
Right, that's why she's afraid.
Hey, Todd, but you got to be straight up with her. You give a rat's ass about ruining the friendship.
Yeah.
I know, man. She's like one of my best friends.
No, that's just a company line you're towing. That's nonsense. You're not interested in her as a girlfriend.
Mate, I'm not, but I honestly don't think she's interested in me.
Okay, she is, but here's the deal. What do you care about the friendship? If you're interested in her as a girlfriend, the friendship could be damned. I mean, when's the last time you said, well, I'm really attracted to someone, I'd like them to be my girlfriend, but I can't because it'll ruin our friendship?
Yeah.
Probably never.
Right,
never. And you're never gonna.
And the truth is that some of my best friends are ex-girlfriends.
Right.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be ruined.
You could be her boyfriend, but you don't want to be.
You don't want to
You're not into it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's say though, I don't want to be her boyfriend.
Right.
That's fine.
No, hold on. Let's just say that happens, right? And then let's say hypothetically that she did want to be my girlfriend, which I'm not saying is true, but if that was true, then we're still not going to go out, and
that's fine. Then you work through that as friends.
Okay.
And you get through that, and let her get on and have a boyfriend with somebody else.
You think we should not,
Hey, you're not into it. You should not be dishonest with your feelings either. But you should help her get a boyfriend. You should be a good friend. You should be very supportive. She'll appreciate you being.
Probably shouldn't be having sex with her.
You should not be having sex with her. That is not okay. That is not okay. That's going to harm her.
Right. And as much as she says it's okay, she doesn't mind. It's no problem. She does.
Yeah.
It affects her whether she wants to admit it or not.
Do you really think so?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Sorry, Todd. But you could get a BJ once in a while. I think that'll be fine emotionally.
That's not an unexpected reaction from you, Adam.
Yeah. All right, Todd.
All right. We'll take ourselves a little break. Dave Navarro here. We'll hear something off the new CD after this. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's true. Pennywise in here tomorrow night. That ought to be a interesting affair. 311 and some 41. Also coming up this week, Dave Navarro is coming to the studio with a revelation.
I just need to ask a friend of mine something.
Sure.
PH, will you please swing by the bakery? You have 15 minutes.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Using our show as his own personal paging system.
Well, you know, it's like I have 15 minutes. Come on.
That's fine. And we're going to repay Dave by playing something off the new CD, Trust No One, which is out on Tuesday the 19th. This one is called Hungry. There you go. Hungry. That is another good one off of Trust No One, Dave Navarro's latest CD, which, again, will be out coming up this Tuesday on the 19th. Also, find him with Jane's Addiction in a town near you over the summer, right?
That's correct.
All right.
August to September, I believe.
Yeah. That's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
And we'll see you at the Weenie Roast, of course.
Absolutely.
22nd.
Wouldn't miss it.
All right, so you can
I just don't have a choice, actually.
Hey, Allison.
Oh, hey.
Hey, you're 20. What's up?
Hi, Allison.
Adam. You know that thing you said that you said the only cure for AIDS is not to get it?
Right.
There's a commercial on TV and it says the only way to get rid of debt is to get out of it.
Only way to get rid of debt is to get out of it?
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I don't like those obvious isms.
Yeah. But my question is, my friend, she's 19, she had a kidney transplant a few years ago. I'm not exactly sure how many years. And she's been drinking, and I was wondering if that could affect the kidney.
Alcohol, not really. I mean, it can raise her blood pressure a little bit. It might change her medication, depending on what medication she's on.
It's more a liver issue, isn't it?
It's more liver, but it's not a good thing. Let's put it that way. It's not like she's doing cocaine, which would be a very bad thing.
Yeah.
Why is that bad for the kidneys?
Again, it's more about the medication they have to take to prevent rejection than it is the kidney itself.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right. Yell at her, all right?
Okay.
All right.
Take care now.
Denise?
Hi.
Hey, you're 23. What's up?
I am. I'm 23. I've been married for 3 years. My husband has hepatitis C, which we discovered shortly after our baby was born.
Is he an IV drug addict?
He was for a brief time, but I'm pretty sure, we're both pretty sure he contracted it through tattoos. Most of his tattoos were homemade guns.
Oh, that's interesting. But he's an IV drug user. IV drug addicts get hepatitis C.
He did use, a few needles at one point in his life.
Denise, people don't use just a few needles, okay? It never happens like that.
He's been sober for 6 years. I've been sober for 5. It's not an issue now. But
I understand, but IV drug addicts get hepatitis C. That's how you get it. You don't have to worry about anything else.
Oh, leave the guy in his stigma alone. Say he got it from a prison tat.
He's still,
so he can save some face.
He's still minimizing his.
But the point is, doesn't matter how he got it. It's that he has it now.
Right. There you go. That's correct.
It's that he has it now, and that I could be at risk. And my question is I've had 3 different opinions on how easy it is to contract it sexually. We know about the blood issue, and we're very careful about that. We don't use our toothbrushes, combs, nothing. But, I've heard there's a 3% chance. I've heard there's a 7% chance. I've heard there's, an up to million% chance.
Yeah, no one knows, Denise. That's why you're getting so many opinions. I have seen cases where I'm convinced there was sexual transmission, but it's relatively uncommon.
Now, the day before yesterday, he was using his fingers, to please me sexually, and while he was extracting his finger, he scratched me pretty hard with his fingernail and caused an abrasion.
Yeah.
So I don't know what if there's an increased chance of...
But there's no membranous, part of his finger.
There was no fluid coming out of him, so you got to let that heal. But listen, here's my bigger concern: is why is he not having his hepatitis C treated?
He is. He's just now. It took a while. We found out through a blood donation that he got this virus, and we had no insurance. And we kind of, I hope you guys... by the way, I gave you a false name, not to insult you, but there's a reason why. We had to pretty much lie to get coverage.
All right, but did you... do we know what his viral loads are now, his viral titers?
His... I think it's a white blood cell count.
No. They should be able to tell you that his actual viral load may be way down.
Yeah, it's about 3 times higher than it should be. Normally.
No. The actual viral, just like with HIV,
I personally can.
Okay, and if he gets it properly treated, his viral load will go down essentially to nothing, and hopefully will stay that way. So,
all right,
then he will
Good
not
luck,
be
Denise.
infectious.
They sound like a lovely couple. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Oh, hey everybody! Well, that's it. Trust No One is the name of the CD, out the 19th. Dave Navarro, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, and come back and visit us anytime you see fit.
I'll be happy to.
And until next time, Pennywise tomorrow night, everyone. Until next time, Sam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
I saw you at the Santa Barbara Bowl.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Wilkins Ingle. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.